This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Kirston Zandwyk with the Kincardine and District Chamber of Commerce on Rogers TV. Today I'm here at Her Strength Studio with owner Linda. Thanks for having us, Linda.
Thanks for coming. It's an exciting time.
My pleasure. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got into this industry?
Sure. I have a long story, but it's a pretty good story.
Okay.
So in my 30s, I was going through a very difficult time personally, a divorce from a long-term relationship, 3 young boys, and I was looking to build some new relationships. So I joined a local mixed martial arts club in Woodstock, where I was from originally.
Okay.
And I fell in love with the people there. We did some boxing and that type of thing, but then one of the coaches there asked me if I wanted to get into some powerlifting. And I thought, come on, like does this person look like a power lifter to you? And this fellow was a very big fellow with a bear claw tattoo on his bald head. And I thought, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. And I had been with this club for a while and had some really great relationships with them. So I trusted them. Mm-hmm. And I ended up starting powerlifting. Wow. And actually went into an amateur competition and won a national record for my age group and weight class. And I fell in love with that at the time. So I kept doing that for a while. And then we ended up relocating here to Point Clark in 2018. And so I lost my ability to participate in that mixed martial arts club that I was going to, that I loved so much. So we built a really beautiful studio in my home. Obviously, there was nothing too close by that made it convenient for me to participate in something locally. I mean, some people do the driving and everything to Kincardine or to Goderich or whatnot, but it just wasn't something that was working for me with my career. And so started spending the time in the studio, often alone. And so I started thinking about the opportunity to invite other women in the community into the studio. And that was about 2 years ago now. And that's how we got started. Other women really enjoyed it, and Her Strength Studio emerged.
Wow, that is quite the adventure. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So can you tell me a bit about this new location and how it came to be and where you're at with the process of moving in?
Absolutely, absolutely. So with the growth of the studio and the client base, and the fact that it's actually a bittersweet story for this one, because on October 11th of 2023, I was downsized from my 10-year career with a company that I'd been with in corporate learning and development. So that happened on the 11th. On the 14th of October, the same week, the same year, I had been nominated for the Community Achievement Awards through the Kincardine Chamber for Woman of Distinction. So don't I go on Saturday, so from the 11th to the 14th, and win this award? Yeah. So what a roller coaster ride it was. And at that time, I had committed to trying to run Her Strength Studio full time. So sometimes the universe makes difficult decisions for you that you may not have made yourself.
Yeah, a gentle shove.
Yeah, a gentle shove. And then realized that if I wanted to do that, we needed to expand a bit. Right. I mean, for obvious reasons, parking was becoming an issue at my home studio. So I reached out to Amy Irwin from Huron-Kinloss Economic Development. Okay. And she did some checking into things for me. And someone at the township office suggested this space at the Point Clark Community Center that is very underutilized. Okay. And we came and checked it out and thought it would be a great fit.
Awesome. I've heard you mention community many times while we were speaking here. Is that something that's important to you for your clients? What is the community like for your clients that are here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big part of why this has been successful to this point. Okay. because of the ladies that are involved with us, because of the Point Clark community, ladies feeling like this is something for them.
Okay.
Something that is unique to something available for them here in this small little outlet where nothing had been available to them for so long, and making it so convenient. And of course, inside the studio, we really strive to build a sense of community and a safe place where every woman feels like there's something for them.
What are some of your goals for this year?
Well, very short term. We need to get moved in. We need to finish this move. This weekend is a big push to get the studio mobilized in preparation for a start on Monday.
Okay.
So all the ladies will be start joining us for all the classes and personal training on Monday, February 5th. And then shortly after that, we have a big grand reopening celebration on the 24th of February from 10 until 3. Where we'll be running a bunch of demos every half hour, so folks can participate in, a little segment of every class that we offer.
Okay.
And then over the longer term, so we've committed to nothing more for February.
Sounds wonderful for you. Yes.
And then come early spring, Melissa really has a fantastic idea to try and bring some women and girls into the studio for some dryland training in preparation for sport.
Neat.
So that's probably one priority for the year. And then, I think we were mentioning some nutrition coaching. We're going to package up some nutrition coaching. Right now, we don't have an offering for that. So we think it'd be a great complement for our personal training and, all the strength, yoga, mobility that ladies are doing to complement it with some nutrition coaching. So we're just working on putting a package together for that. And that should keep us busy between now and the end of the year.
So Melissa is a very important part of your business here at her studio. Can you tell me a bit about what she does and how you might see her around the studio?
Absolutely. So I'd actually like to start by telling you how Melissa and I even got partnered up in this whole thing.
Love it.
So I was working in the studio doing strength circuits with clients, and that's really my passion, lifting weights and teaching other women how to get stronger and learn, what their body can do for them, and focus more on that than numbers on scales. So that's what I was offering, and some women don't have the confidence to do that right away. Some women, it's not available to them physically.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure we had something for everyone. And yoga was something that stood out for me. It's something that you can build some strength, you can build some mobility, still be part of the community, but it might feel like a safer transition into the studio than, picking up a dumbbell with Linda. So I had seen Melissa advertising offering yoga here in the community center a couple of days a week. So I sent her an email and said, hey, do you want to come and talk to me about, maybe doing some contract work at my private studio? And of course, she said sure. I shouldn't say of course. She said sure. She came over, and then of course, once we met, we were like, no, this is going to be great. What a great compliment. I really liked her the first time I met her, and she said she felt the same way about me. So, and then come to learn that she has even more to offer with her experience training older adults and her qualifications with the nutrition coaching and so on. So when my goal was to offer something for every woman in this community, she was a fantastic compliment.
Linda.
You're welcome.
So I've heard about strength training and yoga. What other classes will you be offering on Monday here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or throughout the week next week?
Sure. Actually, can I let Melissa tell you a little bit about the progressive mobility class that we have? Yeah.
Sure. So we offer progressive mobility. The reason it's called that is because I believe that people's mobility can progress as we get older and not regress with the right training and some patience and some drive, So we offer a range of mobility classes we cover all skills. So we cover balance, coordination, agility, speed, power, strength. We cover all those skills in every class. There's different levels so that you can progress yourself up, but it provides a great base to then start actually strength training properly. Once you've created a base in your body and your joints to be able to carry heavy loads. So we take any level, whether you've done no exercise, whether you've done some, whether you walk every day, whether you've done training, you can join the class, and it's very specific towards your own goals. So I try to cater to each person's individual needs and progress them from there. And we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. Those ladies are a riot.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So we're going to do a example of a strength circuit and maybe a couple of options for strength circuits.
Okay.
And then Melissa will also show you some progressive mobility activities and gentle yoga.
Gentle yoga, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
So strength?
Sure. You want to do? I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do the strength. So let me tell you a little bit about how the strength program is built.
Okay.
So that folks can understand how it's something for everyone. Actually, I can show you. So we do body weight exercises or using dumbbells. For the most part, dumbbells.
Okay.
Okay. Or body weight. Sometimes we'll sprinkle in some kettlebells and so on. And to get the best bang for your buck, meaning whole body strength in the short time that we're together, we use compound movements. So we want to involve the whole body in each exercise versus focusing on, let's say, your bicep or your quads in each exercise, because we have limited time and we want to put in max effort for that. So in 45 minutes, we make sure we get a whole body workout, with strength workout with a good warm up and some stretching at the end.
Okay.
So what I mean by compound movements are, for example, we may do a squat, and then we may do a press and a press. Okay, so we're getting some of that shoulder strength, we're getting our glute strength, quad strength, all mixed into essentially one activity for 40 seconds. So it may look like a squat and a press and a press. And maybe the client, obviously my depth in a squat is going to be a lot better because of my experience, or a lot deeper, I should say, than because of my experience. But we could offer a chair so someone could sit and squat, or a bench, or maybe it's just a squat that's, whatever they feel comfortable with.
So truly something for everyone in the community,
That's right.
especially when incorporating in the gentle movements and progressive mobility as well.
Yes,
I just wanted to share some information about how people can find your schedule and get more information from you. So where can they look?
Sure. The best place to find us is herstrengthstudio.com.
Okay.
And if they go to the website, they've got all kinds of options to contact us. They can sign up to try any of our classes at no charge.
Okay.
To see if it's a good fit for them. And the phone number's there, email's there, anything that they need, they can find there.
Okay. Thank you so much for having us in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to get her in there for mobility. Can we do one little spot for?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so let's see a mobility.
Sure. Okay, so for progressive mobility, we focus on, like I said, joints. So one of the major movements is squats. So to progress in a squat, we always start with squatting to a chair first. Fully rest your muscles and stand up. It's one of the things we lose as we age, is being able to actually get up off of a chair. So the focus of the mobility classes is to be able to ensure that you're able to do the things that you love to do. So picking something up from the ground, we work on that. We work on balance is huge. We start by holding on to something, focusing on balance, then we may add a weight. We work all the joints from head to toe, circles with the hips. We work on speed, agility, being able to move our feet where we want to move them, and preventing ourselves from falling. That's important. Then we do add some strength, but it's catered to the person's ability. Gentle yoga. So gentle yoga, the reason it's gentle yoga is we take really slow transitions. And we cater to any sort of knee issues, hips, backs, shoulders, neck issues. There is no power yoga here or quick flow, quick transitions, but we do focus, so daytime yoga is focused on bringing some energy to the body. Evening yoga is about bringing the body down, preparing yourself for rest. We always do a meditation at the end. I feel it's really important. The clients seem to really love the meditation. It's a great way to connect to a side of yourself, get out of your head, connect to your feelings, connect to part of you that's important. So for gentle yoga, an example would be seated side bends, nice and easy to the side, opening up through the lungs, opening up through the side of the body. Forward folds, doesn't have to be super deep, it can be right here. But for those people who want to progress, can drop all the way down. What else can we do? Cat-cow, of course, and if there are issues with knees, we place blankets under the knees or double or triple up the mat. I have some clients as well who don't come down onto the floor on their knees, and we offer benches for them to do similar movements as well. So there's always a modification for any type of that's needed. So
something that I just want to add, because Melissa alluded to it, but she never came out and said it, when she talks about how much the clients love meditation. The quote that I love that one of the clients said is, "I didn't know I needed meditation in my life until I went to Melissa's gentle yoga," and it was just like that's it, right? Yeah. It's fantastic.
Long way from Nashville and Mama, I tell you that. Performed from Montreal to Boston to Los Angeles. But Toronto, that's my chosen home. Sure, when I'm walking down Yonge Street, I see some funny people who have the nerve to point the finger at me. And grin and smile and whisper. My song was #2 on local radio. Sold 10,000 in Toronto alone. Turned down Ed Sullivan because they asked me to remove my makeup. Wouldn't do American Bandstand because of their segregation policies. I was just being me. Never tried to explain myself to anyone. And besides, none of that to worry, Jackie, because I know I look good. Got a new way of loving, baby. Thought I want to teach it to you.
Jackie Shane was a pioneer transgender soul singer, a central figure in the Toronto R&B scene. She helped shape what we know as the Toronto sound.
Hey, I'm Jay Crawford.
And I'm Cedric Gano. And make sure you tune in on Attack Rap every week on Rogers TV to make sure you know what's going on with your own sound tech.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Kirston Zandwyk with the Kincardine District Chamber of Commerce on Rogers TV for Chamber Chat. Today I'm here with Dave Middleton from Middleton Finner Financial Services. Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate the opportunity to talk to everybody. Thanks.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about your role here and what services you offer the community?
Sure. We're a little bit of an unknown entity. Most people, when they're dealing with finances, think about obviously the major banks, credit unions, stuff like that. They just don't realize what a financial advisor does, no matter where they work in Canada. So we do all the same things. So we offer all the same products that banks or credit unions would offer. And then we also offer the other side of the world. So we're offering some retirement products that you couldn't get other places. Obviously life insurance, critical illness insurance, disability, etc.
Thanks. With it being the beginning of a new year, I know a lot of people are working towards their financial goals. What are some common goals that you're hearing, and how can you help work towards them?
You know, it's funny, we hear it a lot from people. There's common financial goals, and then there's all of our common health goals, right? We start the year by saying, I'm going to lose some weight. Most people don't understand that's obviously in the best interest of any insurance-based financial planner. So particularly Sun Life looks at making the health of Canadians as good as they possibly can, making available all sorts of different things for people to help them with that. And then, of course, we hear the clients about financial stuff. So we've all gone through some pretty tough times with regards to COVID and market fluctuations and changes in the interest rate. So everybody's kind of looking for that magic thing, which, by the way, doesn't really exist. It's the right combination of a good investment that matches you so you don't get too excited when things are going well and too down when things aren't going well, and that combined with proper tax planning, etc., and it's kind of that combination. So those are really the two things, and we're Sun Life as an organization is committed to holistic planning. So we look at all aspects of your financial planning. So we're not just looking at how do you get a great rate of return, because that could cause tax problems today and down the road. So we're looking at that, but we're looking at your insurance side of life, and we're looking at every aspect that's going to have an effect on money.
So it is a personalized approach.
Yeah, it takes, it's not one meeting and it's not one and done. We do need to sit down with people and have long conversations.
Yeah.
Our office really is based on education. We want our clients to be as educated as you really possibly can be. I mean, there are so many changes in the financial world in Canada that it's tough for us to always keep up on everything. But we want our clients to know when you walk out the door and we've talked about an investment product or an insurance product, we want you to have enough education that you're going to be able to make the best decision for you. So we're hoping that that's the thing that people are looking for. They want to understand it. I don't want you to walk out and still have no idea what you're doing.
Wonderful. RRSP season is approaching. Can you speak to the importance of contributing? What are some of the most common questions you hear from clients?
Sure. RRSP is an amazing thing for us to utilize when it comes to retirement planning. The only thing we have to keep in mind with an RRSP product, it's pretty much the same with every product. If the government is giving us a tax credit or a tax break when we put money in, they want their money back later. So it's a very important planning process to figure out how much am I going to get back when I make the contribution to the RRSP, and in turn, how much am I going to pay down the road? Sometimes we can't really control that because of, the passing of a spouse or something like that, but it's a lot of planning that has to go into RRSPs. We find a lot of parents tell their children really early in life, start your RRSP, I wish I had. There are some benefits to that, and there are some detriments to that. When you're making the least amount of money you're going to make in your life, you're getting the least amount of tax break, but then you're having it in there to grow the longest time period. So it takes a little bit of planning to make sure that we're doing the RRSP correctly. And then on top of that, what product are you going to use in the RRSP as your investment? Will it be a mutual fund? Will it be a segregated fund? Are you going to have a pension later in life? All of those things are going to have an effect on what our recommendation might be with regards to what you're going to invest in. Okay.
With many local banks in the community closing in rural Ontario, what can community members do who are unsure about where to go for financial advice? They've had a long-term relationship with this one bank.
There are lots of financial advisors that can help you. We'd love to have the opportunity to at least sit down and talk about it. Most people don't know that that investment that you really like at a particular bank, we have access to. So you may be able to come here and have the same investment that you currently have, although the branch doesn't exist anymore. Or we may do an evaluation. There are like 20,000 mutual funds in Canada, and we may do an evaluation to figure out that the one you were in maybe wasn't the best option for you. So I would suggest to people to do a little shopping around before you make a decision. You don't have to go bank to bank. There are lots of ways that you can approach that. To me, the most important part is comfort. Be comfortable with the person you're talking to, excuse me, and be comfortable with where that is headed. Be comfortable with the item that you're going to be investing in. And once you're comfortable, the rest of it will fall into place.
Okay. So for someone who's considering reaching out to a financial advisor, what would that look like? They make an appointment with you, come into the office? How do you get to know each other?
That's exactly what we want you to do.
Yeah.
We are so proud of our staff. Our office manager is Carly Sisson. She's been with us for, I think, 8 years. She knows as much about the business as we do now. And she and Ariana Maricho, who is actually in the office today, they're the two faces of our offices. Jason Finner and I own the office. We have Joe Carter, who's our benefit specialist. We have another advisor in the Port Elgin office, Patty Underwood, who is a certified financial planner. So all of our people are very well educated in this business, probably better than the average office would be, and we're super proud of them. You can stop in, you can call, you can check us out online, however you want to do it, but just know that when you come into our office, we're designed to help educate you, but we're also designed for it to be a homey atmosphere, like this office set up like a living room, and we want you to be treated the way you were treated 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. We're going to know what you want in your coffee, and we're hoping to have that ready for you before you get here, and we're going to make it a comfortable conversation.
Wonderful. So for your website, I have advisor.sunlife.ca/middletonfinner.financial.
Yeah, it's a little one. Yeah, it's not very big.
And you're also on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people can message you there as well.
Yep.
Okay.
And that actually there's a special kind of way that our communications are done on social media. We're all members of something called the Hearsay, which is something that Sun Life has put together. Carly actually runs that in our office, so your contact will initially still be with the people who organize our schedules. Our schedules, you can imagine, at different times of the year can be pretty full. I know I'm not a great time manager, and so we make sure we leave that to the people who can do it.
Perfect. And then your office phone number, 519-396-2220.
You bet. Investments, insurance. You got questions about what you have for benefits at work? Great. Give us a phone call. If I can't answer those questions, Jason can't answer them. Joe is our benefit specialist, so he'll be right there to make sure. So even if you have existing products, but you wonder if that might be the right thing, we don't mind having a coffee and having a chat.
I know some people my age are a bit nervous or anxious about money. It feels like the generation before us had it all planned out or appeared that way. Do you find that often that people are a little nervous or anxious to set up that first meeting, and how does that
Their expectation
unfold?
about what they're coming into may not be realistic.
Okay.
We simply want to have a conversation to find out what you're currently doing. Obviously, by you wanting to have that conversation, you're not comfortable with something. So that's all we want to do is figure out what you're not comfortable with. And to be honest, the gray hair on this head, younger people don't want to talk to. I'm your dad. So that Jason is the person that you would talk to. He's younger. He has 2 younger daughters, married, and is going through the same things you are. So depending on who you are and what stage you are and what kind of conversation you want to have may dictate who you're actually going to sit down and talk to.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Hi, I'm Tiffany James, the host of Her Story. Join us on Rogers TV as I interview various women in our community on how they found success in their own way.
Think it's okay to drive high? Think again. Drug-impaired driving is as illegal as drunk driving, and in Ontario, the penalties are the same. If police suspect you're driving under the influence of drugs of any kind, or a combination of drugs and alcohol, and you fail a roadside test, your license will be suspended immediately for up to 30 days. You'll pay a penalty of $198. And you can be charged with a criminal offense of impaired driving, the same as alcohol. Driving high is never okay.